What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to track marketing results and set up website analytics. This is part one in our series of going from $0 a month to $2,000 a month with a new website. So I'm going to be going through the entire process of growing our website, wickerguide.com. So I'm going to be taking this website from nothing, what it is right now, and we're going to be growing it so that we're earning a revenue from it every single month. So in this video, what I'm going to be showing you is how to track your marketing results using tools like Google Analytics, using tools like Google Search Console, so we can look at how many clicks we're driving to our website, how much traffic we're getting, and we're going to be tracking some different key performance indicators. So ultimately, we can grow the revenue to our business. So that's where we want to start. So some of the things you're going to learn in this video: how to track the results of your marketing. So how to know what's performing well for you and how to make sure you have everything set up properly, which we're going to keep expanding on that as we go through this series. Some common key performance indicators to track, the basics of installing Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Bing Webmaster tools, and then also why you should be focused on the growth of your marketing metrics and why it's important for tracking some of your key performance indicators so that you can continue to grow your business revenue. So let's start with number one. You want to choose the key performance indicators you want to track. So I've already gone through and I've chosen some of the ones that I want to track here. And what I want to track are mainly, number one is going to be affiliate clicks. So an affiliate click is anytime someone goes to my website. So let's just say we come over here to wickerguide.com and they click on any of these product categories, or they go to one of my blog posts. So we keep scrolling down, you can see this is a product right here. If someone clicks on learn more, that's going to be an affiliate click. So an affiliate click is any click on our website that's going to help us drive affiliate sales or help us drive additional revenue. So that's why it's important to make sure you're choosing the key performance indicators you want to track. And number two, this is going to go hand in hand, is you really want to focus on one or two main key performance indicators. So we're going to come back over here to our spreadsheet. So these are the ones that I'm going to be tracking, and I've put in bold affiliate clicks and page views. Page views are going to be pulling directly from Google Analytics, and affiliate clicks I'm also going to be pulling from Google Analytics as well. So I'm going to be tracking both of those, and those are going to be the main things I want to increase. Now, the other things I'm going to be tracking are my total published articles. So the more I publish every single month, the more traffic I'm ultimately going to get, as long as I'm putting out high quality content. I want to be tracking my clicks from Google Search Console, my impressions from Google Search Console, the same exact thing for Bing Webmaster tools. I also want to track my Pinterest clicks, so how many clicks on Pinterest are going back to my website, and then I'm going to track my total revenue. Every month, I'm going to be keeping track of revenue throughout this series so we can watch it grow over time. So we're starting here in September, we made $0. Luckily in October, we have made a little bit of a commission, but it's not going to be much in October. We're hoping to really see some growth into November, December, and really into next year. So coming back over here, the main thing is you want to make sure you're tracking these marketing statistics that are going to be really relevant for business growth. So a lot of the things that I'm tracking, I want to make sure I'm growing every single month, because the more clicks I'm driving from Google and Bing and Pinterest and really every source that I can drive clicks to my website, the more revenue that I can drive back to my business. So let's get started with number three, and this is going to be really the main part of this video, but you want to install marketing tools like Google Analytics. I'm going to be installing Google Tag Manager first, Google Search Console, Bing Webmaster tools, and then I'm going to show you with Pinterest how we're going to be able to monitor our website so we can verify how much traffic we're sending back to our website. Now, you can also track other key performance indicators. There's a lot of popular ones you can track. You can track your social media following. So you might have something like social media following. You can track Facebook clicks. You can track Instagram followers. So you can track a lot of different things for your business. And over time, I might end up tracking some additional key performance indicators, but I'm really just going to focus on these main ones for this video series because I think they're the most important for my business when it comes to growing traffic, growing affiliate clicks, and growing revenue. So yours don't have to be exactly the same as mine. You might have something where your number one key performance indicator is phone calls. Your number two is appointment requests. Your number three is going to be contact form fills. It might be something where your number one key performance indicators is total sales and total revenue. So if you're running an e-commerce website, these are going to be the main things you really want to focus on. So your overall key performance indicators are just going to be mainly dependent on the type of business you're running, how you make your money. So if you make your money by getting a phone call, getting a new client or a new customer, then that's the main key performance indicator that you want to track. If you're running an e-commerce website, then really you want to track sales and revenue. So for me, it's affiliate clicks and page views. So I'm really focused on page views because I found with my other websites that the more page views I get, the more affiliate clicks I get, and the more revenue I drive. Okay, so where we're going to start is with Google Tag Manager. So this is going to be the first thing we install. If you're not familiar with Google Tag Manager, what it is it allows you to use your Google Tag Manager account to have all of your tracking tags in one place. All you have to do is place your Google Tag Manager pixel on your website, and then with that pixel, you're able to place things like Google Analytics. You're able to place things like Google Search Console. You can even place your Facebook pixel and your Pinterest conversion tag. So you can track everything using Tag Manager, and it's really easy to use once you kind of get used to the platform. So what you want to do is go to this URL if you're not using Tag Manager already, and just go to start for free. Again, it's all going to be completely free when you're setting it up. When you come here, you're going to see a page that looks something like this. So you can see some of the different containers I have for some of my different websites. So all you want to do is click on create account. You want to name your account. You want to set your country. You can choose to share data. Container setup, you want to just name your container. So for this one, I just did Wicker Guide, and then I clicked on web, and then all you need to do is click on create. And what it's going to do is it's going to create your account that's going to look like one of these accounts here. So we're going to open up our Wicker Guide account. And if you're familiar with Google Analytics, you can see that this kind of looks similar to Google Analytics, at least in the admin portion of it. But what we're going to be doing is installing Google Tag Manager, and you're going to see we have two different pixels here. So we want to take this one at the top, and it's saying paste this code as high in between the header tag, so as high in the header tags of the page as possible. This one is pasted immediately after the opening body tag. So ideally we'd place this right after the opening header tag, and this one right after the open body tag. So we'll copy this code. We're going to come back over to our website, and what I do is, since I'm using WordPress, I use a plugin that's called Head, Footer, and Post Injections. It's completely free, so all you need to do is download and install this plugin. And then what we're going to do is come over to our website, you go to settings, and you're going to see header and footer. So what we need to do is take that code, put it right here in the head section. So that's that first code that we looked at. So that's this one right here. And then take this one, we're going to copy it, and we want to paste it immediately after the opening body tag. So I do this for desktop, and I'll also do it for mobile as well. And then all we need to do is go to the bottom and click on save to save our changes. So once we do that, we're going to automatically have our Google Tag Manager installed already. So it's really that easy. Now, if you're doing it manually, what you want to do is just take that head tag and put it right beneath that opening header tag on your website, and the same thing right after the opening body tag on your website. Now, once you do that, what you will need to do is make sure that you go to your workspace for Google Tag Manager. So once you place both of those pixels on your website, you're going to have to submit it. So you want to submit and publish this version. So version name, I'll just do added tags, and we'll do the same thing for the description. Added tags, and we'll click on publish. So that's the last thing you're going to have to do to make sure your Google Tag Manager is completely published on your website. If you want to take it a step further, what you can do is go to your website, and then what you want to do is download the Tag Assistant Chrome plugin. So it's offered by google.com. So Google actually creates and publishes this tag. Go to your website, go to any page on your website, and you're going to see this is the Tag Assistant right up here at the top. So when you click on the Tag Assistant, it should say you have Google Tag Manager installed, and it should match your Google Tag Manager account. So we're all good to go. Now we have Google Tag Manager installed. So what we can do is next install Google Analytics. So with that, you're going to go through pretty much the same process. So you're going to go to this URL here. You can also just Google Analytics, and you'll easily find this page. All of their platforms are going to show up at the very top of Google. And you're going to click on Start for Free. It's going to open up your Google Analytics account. So I already have mine open here. So what you want to do is, if you need to create a new account, go to admin. So you're going to see a screen that looks like this, and you want to create a new account. So since we already have our account and our property set up for wickerguide.com, I'm not going to go through the process of creating everything brand new. All we need to do is go to Google Tag Manager. So we're looking at our workspace right now for wickerguide.com. So you want to go into your workspace. You want to create a new tag. So we're going to create a new tag, and what we're going to do is Google Analytics. Okay, so we're going to click on Tag Configuration, Google Analytics, Universal Analytics. That's what we're going to choose here. track type will be page view. And then what we want to do is use our Google Analytics tracking ID. So we're going to have to create a new variable. So we're going to create a new variable. We're going to name it, we'll just do GA tracking ID. We're going to click here, and what we need to do is enter our tracking ID here. So again, you're going to go to your admin section, and we're in wickerguide.com. This is our tracking code right here. So we're going to click on property settings, and you can see right here is our tracking ID. So we're going to copy this entire tracking ID. So again, you're going to the admin screen for your Google Analytics after you've created it. After you've already implemented your Google Tag Manager, what you can do is go to your Google Tag Manager, enter your tracking ID here. We're creating a new variable in our Google Tag Manager account. So our variable is our Google Analytics tracking ID. So that means if the tracking code ever changes, we don't have to worry about updating anything because our tracking ID will stay the same. So we're going to click on save. Okay, so now you can see here our Google Analytics settings. What we did was we created a new variable. We just entered our tracking ID there, and that's all we need to do. So we're tracking page view with our Google Analytics settings, and then triggering what we're going to do is all pages. So we want to make sure this tag fires on every single page. So every time someone goes to our website and looks at any page, our Google Analytics will track them. So now we can click on save. Okay, so now you can see here our workspace changes. We added a tag, our Google Analytics tracking, and we added a variable, our Google Analytics tracking ID. So all we need to do again is click on submit and publish this version as well. Now for me, I've already added this tag to my website. So you can see here 4 months ago, I added Google Analytics. So what I can do is just come in here for right now, and we're just going to delete the changes I made. So I just wanted to go through the process of how you do it, but I already have my Google Analytics firing on my website. You can see it's already been there. So I don't have to worry about setting this up again. You don't want to set it up twice because then you're going to run into issues where you're tracking everything multiple times. Okay, so now we have our Google Analytics installed using Google Tag Manager. You can also install Google Analytics directly to your website. You can either go here to the tracking info, look at your tracking code, and put your tracking code directly onto your website. I wouldn't recommend using this method because all you have to do is just put it underneath your opening header tag. I would prefer to use the Google Tag Manager method, but this is another option you have. There's also a bunch of WordPress plugins where all you need to do is enter your tracking ID, and it's going to be able to authorize your Google Analytics property with your WordPress website. So that's all you really need to do to make sure you have Google Analytics tracking on your website. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Google Search Console. So you're going to see here, you're going to go to google.com/webmasters. This used to be known as Webmaster Tools, and it's still called Google Webmasters, but Google Search Console is what you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our Google Search Console account. We're already set up here. So when you're creating a new property in Google Search Console, you're going to click on this drop down and you're going to click on Add Property. You can either add a domain or you can add a URL prefix. I prefer to just use the domain, and then you click on Continue, and what you're going to do is be able to authorize your website. You can also just use the URL prefix. It's really easy to authorize your website through Google Search Console. All you need to do is go into Settings, and you're going to see here under Property Settings, you're going to see Ownership Verification. So when you click here, it's going to give you some different verifications methods you could use. I just clicked on Google Tag Manager, and it quickly and successfully verified my account using my Google Analytics profile. So you can also use your Google Analytics account, but all you need to do is click on Google Tag Manager and just authorize your website. It's really that simple. It's all done directly in your Google Search Console, and you don't need to make any changes through Google Tag Manager. You don't need to add a separate tag for Google Search Console here. It's all going to be authorized directly through your Tag Manager account when you access your Google Search Console account. In here, when we go to performance, you can see I've had 128 clicks over the last 3 months. So I pulled out some of my numbers here when we went over the key performance indicators. So last month, Google Search Console, I drove 46 clicks, 363 impressions. These are numbers I want to increase dramatically because that's going to lead to more affiliate clicks. So coming back over here, what we're going to do next is Bing Webmaster Tools. So you can see I already have wickerguide.com added. All you need to do is once you do the other 3 steps I showed you, where you're installing Google Tag Manager, installing Google Analytics, and then verifying your profile using your Google Tag Manager account with Google Search Console, just go to Bing Webmaster Tools, and you can see it's just bing.com/webmasters. You can create a completely free account with your existing Microsoft account, or you're going to have to create a new Microsoft account. And then all you need to do is we click on this drop down. If you click on add a site, you can import directly from Google Search Console. That's what I would recommend doing. You can also enter your site URL here and you add a short little code to your website, and then Bing Webmaster Tools will also be able to track your website that way. But just import directly from Google Search Console. You're going to click on import. It's going to bring you through the process, and it's really that simple to be able to track everything. Okay, so from this step, you should be pretty much ready to go with monitoring everything for your website. Now, if you're going to monitor things for social media, but as far as installing some marketing tools, Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Bing Webmaster Tools, you should be able to do that at this point. So I would highly recommend using Google Tag Manager just because I think it's easier to use. Now, the last thing is if we come over here, I'm also going to be tracking Pinterest clicks. So with this, I have my Wicker Guide Pinterest account. And if we come over here and we click on settings, you can see I have my profile here, so Wicker Guide, my username is Wicker Guide, and my website URL right here is wickerguide.com. But what I want to do is claim my website. First, we want to make sure we have the right URL structure. Okay, so we have wickerguide.com, click on done. And now what I want to do is click on claim. So we're going to come over to claim, and I want to claim my website. So we're going to click on claim, and you're going to see it's going to say add this HTML tag into my head section of my website. So we'll take it, we just copied it. And all we need to do is come back over to our website, and we're going to use the same exact thing here, our head, footer, and post injections WordPress plugin, and we can come down here and paste it in here. We can also use the Pinterest domain verify through our Google Tag Manager, but for this, it's going to be easy just to put that right here, click on save. Okay, now we'll come back over to Pinterest, we'll click on continue. Okay, we'll enter our URL. Okay, verifying our website. Okay, now it's showing the verification is in process. So the website is in the process of being claimed. We'll email you within the next hour. So we should be all set, good to go. We can install our tag, but we'll do that later in a follow-up video. But once we come over to analytics and we go to overview, what we're going to be able to see is how many clicks we're driving to our website. So I do this for my websites Beachfront Decor and for farmhousegoals.com. Since we're not fully verified yet, we're probably not going to get the right data. But I've already pulled my Pinterest data here, and I'll pull it later on as the video series goes on. My Pinterest clicks last month for September 2020 was 108. So looking at some of our data here, affiliate clicks I have 0, page views I have 410, total published articles is 2, Google Search Console clicks is 46, Google Search Console impressions is 363, Bing Webmaster Tools 1 and 25, and then 108 from Pinterest. So we're obviously not getting a lot of traffic yet. This number for an entire month is basically nothing. So we really want to increase our traffic. So as the videos go on, I'm going to show you more and more of the growth and some of the things that I'm doing to continue this growth. Now we're also going to be following this in a graph form to make it easier to look at. It doesn't look very good right now, and you can kind of see there's no growth yet because we haven't updated our numbers. So hopefully over time this graph is increasing. So we're seeing kind of a positive trajectory over time. Okay, and that's just going to bring us right into number 4, tracking results on a monthly basis to find areas of growth and decline. So what we're going to be doing is every single month on the first of the month, I'm going to be updating these numbers. I'm going to create a video so we can continue to keep everything updated, showing affiliate clicks, page views, published articles, and then everything that we need to make sure that we're driving our results and we're seeing growth over time. Now, the last thing I need to do with this video is we need to make sure we're tracking our affiliate clicks. So we're going to be doing that directly in Google Analytics, which is where I can tell you about goals. So Google Analytics goals will help you track your conversions. And what we're going to do is if you click over here, it's going to expand this area. And what you want to do is come to conversions, go to goals, and go to overview. And you might not have anything yet here. We don't have goals enabled yet, so we don't have any goals created. But you can see examples of goals include thank you for registering pages, flight itinerary confirmations, download completed page. So you could have goals for any key page on your website that someone sees after they purchase from you, after they fill out your contact form, after maybe they sign up for your newsletter. So you can track all of these using goals. Now, if you're running an e-commerce website, then what you want to do is enable e-commerce. So you would come in here to overview. You can see what is e-commerce tracking. So if you're running a Shopify website, for example, all you really need to do is enable e-commerce and then authorize your Google Analytics property with your Shopify account. And then it's going to be able to track all of that data directly in Google Analytics. And you can see where your sales are coming from, whether it's organic search or Pinterest or paid advertising. So all of that is really important as we're tracking our conversions. So your main conversions, you want to make sure you're getting accurate data. So that's why I recommend using this conversions tab when you're in Google Analytics to set up goals or set up e-commerce tracking if you have an e-commerce website. So we're going to go to goals, and what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to overview and we're going to set up goals. So we're going to click on new goal here. You can also find this when you click on the admin screen. So right now we're in admin, you're going to see view, and right here is goals. So what we're going to do is click on a new goal. Okay, so you're going to see something that looks like this. They have a template, so you can select a template to start with a pre-filled configuration. So revenue, every time someone places an order; acquisition, every time someone creates an account or submits content; inquiry, view more, find a location, see deals, upcoming events, or engagement, add to favorites, share, social connect, newsletter signups, or add to cart. So there's a lot of different things that you can track. Usually what I do is I'll come down here to custom and click on continue. With custom, what you're able to do is set a destination goal. So every time someone visits a certain page on your website, you can track that as a conversion. So one of the popular ones is just use thank you. So if you have a thank you page, every time someone fills out a form or books an appointment or anything like that, you send them to a thank you page, and then you're able to track the key actions on your website. For my particular website, since I'm going to be tracking every single click, so every single affiliate click on my website, so what I need to do is track all of those clicks, because more clicks leads to more sales. So that's really my goal, is to track all of those clicks. So we're going to come back over here to Google Analytics, and mine is actually going to be an event. So it's going to be an event. My name will do affiliate clicks. It's going to be in the goal ID 1 and goal set 1. So you can see here, you can set a bunch of different goals, so you can track a lot of data if you need to. So sometimes you track a contact form, you might track phone calls, you might track sales. So you might have different things that you track. So you're not limited to just one goal here. So for me to kind of fast forward through this process a little bit, I have to do a little bit of configuration in my Google Tag Manager account. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I just really want to show the goal creation process. Most people are going to have different goals and they're not going to be exactly like mine. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here to Tag Manager, and I'll just go through this process just to show you. So I'm going to click on add a new tag, and what it's going to be is affiliate clicks. Okay, tag configuration, we're going to be using Google Analytics. Okay, so it's going to be using data from Google Analytics. Okay, so for track type, since I'm doing a goal with an event, I'm going to choose event here, and then you're going to see the event tracking parameters. So you can see here it's category, action, label, value. So if we come over to Google Analytics, you're going to see category, action, label, value. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating an event in our Google Tag Manager account so that Google Analytics can keep track of this event and count it as a conversion on our website. So every time the event takes place, we can use goals to count it as a conversion. So it can be a little bit complicated when you're doing this for the first time, because it's definitely a little bit difficult to use Google Tag Manager, set up events, and then make sure you're using those events as goals in Google Analytics, because those goals are conversions that you can track. So we're going to come back over here. You're going to see event. So our category, action, and label will be outbound, click. The action will be exit website. So our label is going to be click URL. So we're going to click on the plus sign over here. We're going to click on built-ins, and then we're going to click on click URL. So that's going to be what we choose here for label. For value, we're going to leave blank. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. Non-interaction hit false. We're going to keep that as is. Our Google Analytics settings. So we want to make sure we're using our Google Analytics tracking ID that we set up. And then what we need to do is go down to triggering. And what we need to do is choose a trigger. So for me, it's going to be plus, and we're going to do affiliate clicks trigger. And we're going to click on the trigger. And what our thing is going to be just links. So we're under here for click, and we're looking at just the links that people click on my website. So just links. We're going to wait for tags. So we'll keep it at the 2000 milliseconds, and we're going to check validation. And then we're going to scroll down. So we're going to do click URL contains, and all we do here is a period. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change this over here from click URL to page URL. So we're saying our page URL contains a period, which is going to be true for every single page URL. Then we're going to click on the plus sign, and we're going to say our click URL. So click URL does not contain. So we're going to do does not contain, and we're going to do wickerguide.com. So essentially what this is saying is every click on my website where the page URL contains a period, which is going to be every URL, and the click URL does not contain wickerguide.com. So any click on my website that doesn't contain wickerguide.com is going to count as an affiliate click. So I'm not going to have any external links on my website unless they're affiliate clicks. So this trigger will fire on all link clicks. So we can click on save. And now you can see we have this all set up. We have our affiliate clicks trigger. We have our tag all set up. So we can click on save. Okay, now we're all ready to publish this. So we have everything set up, so we can click on submit to publish this. And what we're going to do is affiliate clicks. Okay, now we're going to click on publish. Okay, so now we're all good to go. So now what we need to do, we have this set up in Google Tag Manager. So now it's counting every single click on our website that doesn't include wickerguide.com. So for example, when someone clicks on learn more here, it brings them to www.amazon.com/ and then product and the product page. So that link click on my website doesn't contain wickerguide.com. Someone clicks over here on Wicker Rocking Chairs. The page is wickerguide.com/product category. So the URLs people are clicking is going to be really important as I'm tracking the amount of affiliate clicks that I'm sending every single day. Okay, so now we have to finish setting up our goal here in Google Analytics for wickerguide.com. So category and action are just going to be the exact same things we just set up. So if we come back over here, you can see for affiliate clicks, our category is outbound click, our action is exit website. So that's what we're going to do is come over here and do outbound click, and for action, it's going to be exit website. Label is going to be passed dynamically using Google Tag Manager, so we don't need to enter anything there. And then value is just going to be set to 1 for every single event that occurs. So we don't need to enter anything for label or value. You can see use the event value as the goal value for your conversion. That's fine. Let's click on verify this goal. So right now it's saying 0% conversion rate, but it's also very possible we just haven't sent any affiliate clicks. So we'll click on save. This should be all set up properly. I've done this before in the past. If I have any issues, I'll fix my conversion tracking, but we'll make sure that we're tracking everything that's happening here. So we have our affiliate clicks all set up. So now if we come over to conversions and we look at goals and look at overview, we're going to have a completely different page because we have our goal set up. So our goal number 1, you can see right here, it's going to be goal completions, affiliate clicks, goal 1 completions. This is going to be the main thing we're tracking throughout this video. So now that we have everything tracked on a monthly basis, we can easily find our areas of growth and decline. So some of the main takeaways from this video: tracking the results of your marketing is the best way to find out what works, what doesn't work, and where you should spend resources. And then if you're growing, the results of your key performance indicators. So as we come over here, if I see consistent growth for affiliate clicks, page views, published articles, clicks from Google Search Console, etc., then what we're going to see is our revenue growing. And that's really what our goal is by the end of this video series. So you're going to drive more revenue as you grow those key performance indicators. So hopefully you learned something today from this video. It's really our first video. So we have some benchmarks here. Our first month, our September 2020. We're going to be looking at October 2020. I'm going to update it on November 1st, but I'll have videos in the meantime as I go through the process of keyword research, content creation, and I'll just do some videos where I'm just working and showing you some different ways that I improve my website over time. So if you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.